Hi guys, nice to see you. How's your Comic-Con going?
Oh, amazing. It's insane.
So, when you get the call that you have gotten the lead role in a Charlaine Harris TV show, what's the first thing that goes into your mind?
I gotta get in shape.
Very true. Tell me the deal with Creek. I don't know how much I can say, first of all. I've seen 4 episodes so far. I am in love with this show. Love it. First 5 minutes, I was ready to go. But I don't know how much I can say about Creek and her dad, and so tell me what you can about that relationship.
Well, Creek she grew up in Midnight, Texas, and she has a little brother, and she wants to be a writer, so she kind of wants to leave Midnight and go to college, but she's staying there to protect her little brother actually from their dad, like not from anybody else in town, but from their kind of overbearing alcoholic dad. So she has kind of a sad life, and she's really under a lot of pressure, and she's really excited when, Manfred comes to town.
Yeah, they have an interesting relationship because I feel like he wants more and she's kind of holding him off a little bit.
Well, I think it comes and goes. You'll see.
Oh, I'm excited. There's more to come. All right. I have to talk about Zelda a little bit. She's hilarious.
She's my favorite. I love everyone who's here, but Zelda is, for me, it's the most seminal relationship that Manfred has in the show. At the top, and then it changes. That she sort of passes it on to Creek later on. But I think that those.
I don't know if I like either of these options.
I just think it tells us so much about who Manfred was before coming to Midnight. That whole RV setup, their gypsy life, and she's such a trip. She just goes for it. Joanne Camp is an amazing actress.
Yeah, I love her completely. Can we talk about Hightower? Are we allowed to talk about Hightower?
I think so. So Manfred does have actual psychic abilities, but he ran a couple of scams along with Zelda, and when he didn't really feel it or see anything, he faked his way through a couple of reads and for financial purposes, and he pissed off a couple of people. And there's this. One of them is this man, Hightower, who comes from another long line of psychics, and he's on Manfred's ass. He's harassing him constantly, and so that's sort of the main reason why Manfred decides to hide in Midnight.
First question I gotta ask: the cat. The cat talks.
The cat is a bit of a jerk.
Diva.
He's a bit of a jerk, but I love him, and I have to take care of him. So, he's staying with us. But no, he's lovable. He's hilarious
and handsome.
He's extremely handsome.
I feel like there's more there that you're not telling me.
There's a lot more.
Ah, all right.
Wait till you see Bobo interact with the cat. Yeah. If it happens, it might not happen.
Something tells me it's going to happen. Maybe. I've been through episode 4 already. Remember that. So talk about this relationship on the show.
We're the sweetness on the show. We're the sweetness. It's a beautiful relationship because they're friends and they really care about each other, and to see that develop and maturate throughout the season and the wedge that's driven between them, it's an epic love story.
Yeah,
it's really sweet.
Like any real friendship, it takes its twists and turns, and you get to see whether they really have what it takes to be friends forever. And
because the odds are stacked against
them. Way stacked
yes.
against them in ways that we had no idea about before we shot this season. So, I mean, there's some really huge obstacles, but I think we have a chance to see our friendship and maybe a love endure.
And it's so sweet because when we would do our scenes together, we can hear an audible "aww" from the people playing Video Village. So yeah, we're the sweetness on the show. It's really fun to play opposite her too. I mean, we just Bobo and Fiji have good chemistry.
Just even rehearsing with this guy, if I wasn't really focused on being in character during rehearsal, I'd be like,
Bobo's good at puppy dog eyes, I guess.
I can't even stay composed. Jeez, Dylan,
likewise.
No wonder they hire you for this stuff.
Look at this beauty over here.
You are a good-looking couple, I just gotta say. So, how much pressure is there for a Charlaine Harris show because of True Blood being so successful?
You know what? I don't think we feel pressure from that at all. Yeah, because I think we stay pretty true to the books, and Charlaine created a beautiful world for us, and Monica adapted it perfectly. So we're our own thing. We don't, True Blood, it's out there. Fans can be fans of True Blood, but Midnight Texas, it's its own thing. So no pressure at all.
Because I really do think there will be True Blood fans that love this show, but then there will be people who were never into True Blood that are going to be really into this show for the very reasons that we're different from True Blood. We're about community. We're about really different people and beings taking care of each other, and it's different. I don't feel pressure, and I also feel so supported by the fans that are there already. I feel so supported by Charlaine, our writing team. I mean, everybody that created the show, all the actors, not a single person phoned it in. I feel like we're just kind of floating on this support, and it's wonderful.
Well, I'm sure people can't wait to see it. I love it. Much success to you guys. Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. Nice to meet you. Vampires are no strangers to either one of you.
True.
She's a very well-known vampire.
Well, I have to say, I was a little pissed that Damon ripped your heart out because I loved you.
Thank you, because my parents were too.
Tell me about working on a Charlaine Harris show, because there's got to be a little bit of pressure because of True Blood.
I don't know that there was pressure. I think I was really excited and honored to join her next journey with her. We both actually worked on True Blood. And so for me, I was just thrilled to get started on this new chapter.
Yeah, and I actually love the fact that we are the first to do this particular series of books. So whereas True Blood, we joined an already existing cast. This is nice to actually develop something, or one of her pieces, on our own. So.
I don't know how much I can talk about the show because I've actually seen 4 episodes, and
Episode 4 is a big one.
I loved it so far. I'm hooked. So yeah, it's amazing. So tell me what you can tell me about your character, since it hasn't necessarily aired yet.
Yeah, I play Olivia Charity. She is an assassin.
She's a badass.
Thank you. Awesome. See for yourselves. I actually did training. I did 2 to 3 hours of training every single day, weapon training, fight training, choreography, boxing, kickboxing, the whole 9 yards. So I was really proud to bring this woman to life. She has a very painful childhood. She has a lot of anger issues. And to me, it was important to find that balance between her physical strength and how she's such a survivor, but also her emotional pain and anger and what that looks like and how she disguises it, and also how it brings her closer to Lem and their healing of one another.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about their relationship, because they're not necessarily the most likely couple, but they work somehow.
Doesn't that really fit into Midnight? Everything is a little unusual, but it works. I think that's the remarkable thing. Let's face it, a living dead vampire actually finds a real relationship with a living human. It's remarkable, but it actually works, I think, because, like you said, it's about the essence of relationship versus what we have typically assumed to be relationship. And what's amazing about it is that as a supernatural creature, trying to figure out how to be loving, having the issues of relationship, and then we go off and kill stuff.
Well, and how to feel safe with each other, because at any moment he could hurt me, or at any moment I could hurt him.
And that is a part of the story.
So.
Very true. Well, love the show. So excited for you guys, and good luck with it.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about your characters and how they're going to develop over the season.
Well, I think all the characters in Midnight, we're there for refuge. We're hiding from or not necessarily hiding, but avoiding a world that is judgmental and persecutory. So we've taken our respite there, and as long as you don't come into our town and try and mess up with what's going on, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, just behave.
Yeah. Mind your manners and we won't eat you.
What's it like working on a Charlaine Harris production?
Oh.
It's pretty wild. I mean, her imagination is mind-bending. So I think it's living up to that becomes a challenge.
It's a kid in a playground, man. We've been so well supported by NBC and the producers on this to be given actual tools to play and not come off cheesy. And as an actor, like being given that kind of writing and all the support of special effects and props and everything, this has been a hell of a fun ride.
Well, I love the show. I'm really excited for everyone else to see it. Congratulations and great luck with it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks. I am a huge fan. I read the whole Sookie Stackhouse series, and I just said to my husband, we have to get the Midnight Texas, because I've seen a couple of the episodes and I love it.
It's so good.
It's fantastic. Where do all of these creatures in your mind come from?
Well, obviously my brain is really a busy place.
Do you sleep ever?
You know, I do very soundly because I get all my crazies out during the day.
What's your writing process like for something like this?
My writing process for anything is pretty much the same. I try to write 6 original pages a day and do some revision on what I've written earlier.
It's really interesting. So tell me, when you started this whole idea for Midnight Texas and the series, do you have an idea that you want to put over several books, or is it you just start writing and it just ends up being several books?
You know, I just start writing. I have a hard time keeping myself entertained, and I figure if something entertains me, I'm just going to hope it entertains the reader as well. And so far, you know, my career's gone pretty well, operating on that assumption.
Yeah, just a little well. How much pressure is there for this show because of True Blood and the success it had?
You know, I think that does put extra pressure, but I don't think people should expect it to be like True Blood. It isn't. Right. It's a whole different animal and equally good.
And I love it. You know, True Blood was so much vampire, and this is like so many different characters and creatures. How many different kind of creatures can we expect from this show?
Oh, you know, let's see. A quick count gives me 4 or 5, and I'm sure there'll be more. I'm hoping there'll be more.
What goes into producing this type of show with vampires and were-tigers and all kinds of things?
A lot of imagination, first of all. A lot of long hours at night on the set. Everything scary happens at night, of course.
Right.
Albuquerque's a very cold city to shoot in the winter.
It's colder than I've ever been, for sure.
So bring your parkas.
I know, and we shouldn't complain because other people were topless in the cold, so we had parkas.
What we did to our poor actors, I feel so bad.
But yeah, I think this show, when we read it, I was like, oh my God, this is everything I love in one town. And so a lot goes into producing it, and sometimes we were stunned at how big and crazy the show got, but it was ultimately, like, it could not have been more fun, and we're so proud of it.
Charlaine's trilogy, you know, had us hook, line, and sinker from the beginning, and it was like a treasure trove of characters and storylines for us to mine. We were really fortunate to find the most amazing cast that we.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we knew how great this cast was that we were putting together, but we have absolutely hit the jackpot with them. They are so incredibly talented, each and every one of them individually, and then together they form this electric, emotional, fun family that I think the audience will fall in love with for years to come.
Well, I really can't wait for people to see the show. It's so great, and the best of luck with it, honestly. Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.